Welcome to episode 5 of the tutorial series Laravel Splade from scratch. My name is William Juma. In this episode, I want us to talk about the SEO title and meta tags. So let us go ahead and work on that. And since I will be intending to use the controllers for me to be able to explain some of the things, I would like to create a customer controller. So I'm going to run the command php artisan make controller, then I will create customer controller, and then I want it to be a resource controller, so I will hit enter and our controller is created. So I have to modify our web.php to be able to work with the new controller that we have created. There are two routes that we did create. There is one route that we called save, and there's this other route that is called get customers. So this is the one that I would like to modify. So I want to change it into a resource route. And then I want to remove every other thing on this side and just pass in our controller. So let me just extend such that you can be able to see everything. Yes, I want us to pass in our controller, and our controller is customer controller and then class. Obviously, it is also important for us to be able to include that controller above here. So I'm going to have use app http controllers, and then I'm going to pass in the name of our controller, which is customer controller. After that, I would like to refresh. But before we do the refresh, I need to modify the route that we were hitting inside components navigation.blade. Our route now has changed because I'm intended to use the index method. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have customers.index. I'm going to copy this because there are several other places where I need to paste the same. So even for the route here, we will check if it is the active route. And then of course there is also somewhere else where we still have the same. I think somewhere down here. So again, where we have the customers, the route should be customers, the index method, and then also here customers, the index method. Of course, you know that there is nothing that we have done inside our file. So in this case, even if I visit customers, there's nothing that is going to display because inside our controller, there's nothing that we have done. And that is what I want us to do. So I'm going to open up HTTP controllers, customer controller. And inside the index method, what I want to do is just to return the view. So return, and we can just say, because it is inside the resources views in the base of this folder, so in this case is at the same level with home docs, like that. They are not in any directory, so it's just customers. So if I have that and I close it using the semicolon, now we can be able to visualize our page. Now you can see it is here. It's a little bit messed up. I do not know why that is the case. So return view. Yes, it's supposed to be return view. It's my bad, because I was just returning some text. So now I think it will work. Yes, now it's working. So we are able to load our view from the controller. And I think that is fundamentally very important. If it is the first time that you're working with Splade, I believe it's something that is useful for us to have talked about. If we want to put the meta tags, there are two ways in which we can be able to do that. We can be able to put the meta tags inside the controller method before we return the view. We can still also be able to pass in our tags just inside our customers.blade. So I want us to begin with this method and then we will move to the other method. So inside this layout, we can be able to just have at SEO title. And then inside here, we can be able to put our title. So in this case, we can say my page title. Then of course, I want to just copy this severally such that we can be able to have the description So instead of title, we can have description, and then we can also have keywords. Keywords, like that. So SEO description, SEO title, SEO keywords. And because our page is reloaded using Vite, you can see above here we have the title. And if I'm to be able to view the page source, you can still find that we have the meta name, description, and the meta keywords. And in this case, it's just giving the same thing. Can be able to just vary this. So the description, we can say this page is about customers. That is our description. And the keywords, we can be able to have them comma separated. So we can say customers, and then maybe sales, and then maybe something else, purchases. These ones are just examples of something you can have as your meta keys. So again, if I'm to refresh my page source, now you can see for the keywords, we are having customer, sales, purchases. For the description, you're having this page is about customers. And for the title, of course, we can be able to see it here, my page title. So that is how we can be able to use the Splade directives to display these SEO tags. I want to delete everything here, and I want us to be able to return them from the controller method. So again, once we have been able to delete, if I'm to check again now, we will return to just having it as Laravel and nothing else. So let us go ahead and see how we can be able to put these meta tags inside the controller function. And what I want us to do is to go to the controller, and above here, what I'm going to do is to have our SEO. But for us to be able to do that, first of all, we need to import the facade. So in this case, we have use Proton Media, and then Splade, and then facades, and then we want to use the SEO facade. After having that, then we can be able to include our SEO here. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to have SEO, and then after that we can have title, and inside here we can pass in the title. So my awesome title, like that. We can chain, maybe I can just push it a little bit down here. We can chain the description, and we can say this is the description for my page, and then we can still chain the tags. So in this case, we can have the keywords. We can be able to pass the keywords here. So we can say Laravel Splade Tailwind, like that. Then we can be able to close this using the semicolon. So now once we have it like this, we can be able to refresh our page. And now you see we have my awesome title. Again, if we are to check the page source, you can see every other description is there. Everything that we did type inside here, we have it here. So basically, that is what we can be able to have. I would like to visit splade.dev and talk about the Twitter tags and then the org tags. So basically those ones, I'm not going to type them. I just want to have whatever it is that we have here and just paste. So it's possible for us to also be able to pass in more tags. In this case, the open graph tags, the ones that I'm calling OG. So you can be able to copy this and just paste them here. So as you can see, we are having some data with them. So they are having an image, they are having the title, again the site name, and so on and so forth. And these ones are usually useful for, let me just, sharing your pages in social media sites, so they assist somewhere there. So the ones that we have above here, the open graph, site name, title of the page, and then the URL and public path and of the image, and so on and so forth. We can also have the same for Twitter, the Twitter tags, and we can just pass them in again in a similar fashion. So I'm just going to copy this again and just paste inside our method that we're having here, the index method. So for each and every page that you have in your application, you will be able to make it to be SEO friendly by just passing these values like this. So I'm going to save. And I want us to just check. Obviously, if I'm to refresh the page, is nothing that is visible. But if we view the page source, then now you will find that we have very many meta tags inside our application, in this case inside our page. So that is how you can be able to do the meta tags. Since this is a beginner's tutorial, I do not want to go a little bit more than this, but probably we may be able to look at other things. But of course, if you want to have the, in this case, to set the default tags, in this case for pages that do not have the tags, you can be able to publish this service provider. So in this case, you can just be able to go to copy this, whatever it is that we have here, and then paste in your terminal. So basically we can be able to have another, another new terminal. We can be able to publish this, and you can see we have a config file called Splade SEO. I just want to open it such that we're able to look at it. And so we go to the config files, and then when we scroll downwards, we have Splade SEO.php, and these are the places where we can be able to have the default settings for our application, and we can have the prefix, and we can also have the open graph tags, and we can also have the Twitter tags, the default ones. Thank you very much for following this tutorial video up until this point. Subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and you can also shoot questions in the comment section, and you can share this video. Thank you.